The boys from the Alamo City come to Sacramento to take on Republic FC here at Papa Murphy's Park. Tonight's match is brought to you by UC Davis Health. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. San Antonio seeks to pick up their first road win on the season, but despite Sacramento's recent struggles, it won't come easy. Let's rewind to Wednesday night in the U.S. Open Cup. The Republic were able to take down Fresno to move on to the fourth round. But Kevin, despite it scoreless for 119 minutes, Republic finding a way to win.
How'd they do it, Rob? Grit and determination. It's been a up and down couple of weeks for our guys, but they really showed their character through a tough, long midweek game on Wednesday. 119 minutes getting a goal. Bonomo finally getting on the score sheet, opened up his campaign for the season. A great night for Sacramento. And I tell you what, I think tonight's a massive game for these guys to get themselves running into the summer months on a positive note with some momentum. So I think tonight's a really pivotal game against a tough, difficult team in San Antonio that we've had some great battles with over the years.
Should be a close one. No game between these two teams has been more than a goal. Sacramento, San Antonio, we're just minutes away from kickoff. The city kit revealed last week, and tonight we get our first look at it with the players in action. San Antonio, Sacramento, a beautiful night at Papa Murphy's Park. Let's take a look at our Jiffy Lube Multi-Care Sacramento starting 11, and a name we have not seen in the 11 in more than a month, number 20, Villian Bijev.
Bijev back in this lineup after a couple nagging muscle injuries, but you know, another shot of injection of talent and speed up front. Hopefully he'll pay dividends here tonight.
Makes the attack much more deadly, that's for sure. And how about on the other side, number 11, Sam Warner. He begins our consolidated communication matchup this evening. Sam has been phenomenal, 2 goals, 2 assists, but it's the crosses, it's the play on his toes, moving forward, that's made him such a deadly player. Let's take a look on the other side. Player who is a goal scorer, 31-year-old from Mexico, Ever Guzman, 4 goals, 1 assist on the year.
Yeah, Ever Guzman, that veteran sort of player out there, 21 goals all time for San Antonio so far. Just another guy you got to keep an eye on, and hopefully Sacramento, the back four, can lock him down tonight.
Let's take a look at our starting lineup for San Antonio. Bradford Jamison, a familiar face. Typically LA Galaxy on loan with San Antonio this year. Meanwhile, Matt Cardonio in goal, and it should be a good one here between San Antonio and Sacramento as we get things going here. Republic in blue. Never have said that in 6 years. Here we are in the city kits tonight. Whistle blows, and here we go from Sacramento. San Antonio in all white. They'll head to the south end of the field, and Stefano Bonomo already applying pressure here early. Two teams that like to possess the ball. What kind of match do you expect here tonight, Kevin?
Well, possession's going to be the most important thing, and also possession in a particular part of the field. I think Sacramento's got to find a way to possess the ball in San Antonio's final third. Let them play it around the back a little bit, and eventually get pressure on these guys, get their heads down so they can't pick passes out of the midfield into their attacking third.
Sacramento 14 points on the season after 11 games, 12 points for San Antonio. And let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Kevin.
Just brought up that you got to get the heads down for San Antonio. When these guys, their midfielders, have the ball, got to put pressure, apply pressure, get their heads down, make a simple pass quickly, and also runs in the box. When Sacramento start going forward, you got to get Bonomo, you got to get Kamawasa, you got to get Sam Warner on the opposite side, crashing the box in a timely fashion. And then finally, ball movement. Don't linger, don't lag on the ball. 1- and 2-touch soccer really should start to tire the San Antonio team out and find some gaps and some seams here tonight.
Should note, Hedis Hatsopoulos in the starting 11 as Mitchell Tainer getting the night off. He is not on the 18. Hatsopoulos, 1 goal, the season's first goal for Sacramento, and a stellar game winner it was here at Papa Murphy's Park. He's paired along with Deckel Kanan, captain for this Republic side. Wasa playing underneath this evening, and it's a formation that you like a little bit more. I think with Leon Bajev, it allows Simon Ed, the head coach of the Republic, to really use Stefano Bonomo to his greatest skill, and it allows Cam some extra room underneath.
Yeah, I think the biggest Ansa-Teflo challenge right there. I think the biggest thing that I like to see about Cam Owasa's positioning this year is he's kind of like that withdrawn striker that plays just underneath. But when he's able to find that gap between the back four and the holding midfielder, Cam's super dangerous. And he gets that ball, you need to get it on a half turn, so he's able to turn the ball and face up and find a Bonomo, find a Warner, find a Bajev. But that gap is where Cam needs to find himself a lot. I think he's done a fantastic job this season so far of exploiting that typically when he's playing. But also what Bonomo does, the energy that Bonomo has up top, Rob, is really what's freed Cam up, in my opinion, this season. You just see him, the engine that Bonomo has, and so happy to see him, by the way, get on the score sheet, open up the campaign. Yes, it's an Open Cup game, but great to see your striker get on the board and get that monkey off his back, so to speak.
An absolute elation for that team. Here's Jack Barnby from Portland, Region O, and a mistake by Gomez, allowing Ever Guzman to send a cross in. Deckel Keenan to the right outside of his foot. The dangerous few moments there for Sacramento is a rare mistake, slipping and falling. But look at this from Cameron Owasso, playing it forward, peeling off his Bonomo. Sam Warner keeps it 1 too many touches and allows for a weak cross, and Bajev just was not there as Matt Cardone comes across.
Yeah, Kai Green does a good job. I think he might have got a little deflection there, but I agree with you, Rob. That last touch by Sam Warner right there might have cost him a little bit. Had a good opportunity to play Bonomo in before that, but still like to see that action, and that's Cam Owasso that comes from him finding that seam once again. That gap in between does a good job of creating a chance, half chance for Sacramento here early on.
Mistake from Cardone allows Warner there. Let's take a look at our UC Davis Health injury report. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, and health tips for your family. Find them on Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. For Sacramento, Kevin Aliman, Tyler Blackwood out of this one, and Hernandez out for San Antonio. And Blackwood was just starting to play pretty well and has been hampered by a leg injury, and Kevin Aliman dealing with that shoulder that caused him some fits earlier in the preseason. Brian Gomez, another stealthy player on that right side, 3 goals, 3 assists, and he has some wheels on him. Has combined nicely with Ever Guzman so far this season. San Antonio likes to possess. And look at the battle between Guzman. Here's a crafty veteran against another in Deckel Kanan. 99-21. That's going to be a matchup you're going to want to keep your eye on all night.
Yeah, I agree with both guys. You know, veteran players. There's going to be some extracurriculars, if you will, Rob, with some savvy veteran moves off the ball. So it'd be fun to watch these two guys and see how they match up together tonight.
Look at Jordan McCrary, 25-year-old from Marietta, Georgia. Toronto with the move, and Jaime Villarreal. We've seen Villarreal in the last, let's say, month of May, now moved into June here. Play much more physical, and it's part of this game that I think we've all picked on. He is dazzling with the ball, able to send the ball in crosses, but probably one of those points of this game that you probably like to see the most improve is really his physical play.
Yeah, physical play too. I think how much he's been actually involved in the attack here this first part of the season too, playing on a much higher role than he was last year.
Second chance.
And being asked, really, I think Villarreal is asked to do a lot more offensive work and carry that workload. He's done a nice job kind of stepping in, doing what Simon and his staff's asked of him. Having the Ray Sari back there, talk about complimenting players. Ray Sari kind of allows for Jaime Villarreal a little freedom up front.
Kai Green plays it forward. Hansopoulos will send it wide, and a foul will be called against San Antonio FC.
Silly foul there. Looks like there might have been some miscommunication there between Josh Cohen and Hansopoulos. But Brian Gomez bails out Sacramento with that silly foul.
Josh Cohen back in goal. His streak of USL match coming to an end after Rafa Diaz getting the start in goal on the road in El Paso. And it was another tough loss for Sacramento. Fell 3-1. They did get the early goal as Villarreal found Iwasa, and then it was Drew Skundrich, but it did not remain in their favor. And here's what we've seen now in a couple of weeks, 3 times in these brutal losses for Sacramento. Sacramento's actually scored first, and then it's just gone downhill. Here's Pajev making a move near the byline, and it sends out a play, and we'll have our game's first corner kick. But for you, Kevin, it's got to be a little concerning when you score first, and then instantly, it seems within 10 minutes, now you're down.
Yeah, never a good thing. I mean, as soon as you score a goal, you always want to kind of tighten your bootstraps a little bit, make sure that communication's there, organization's there, and be a difficult team to play against. And let other teams know that if they're going to concede a goal, it's going to be a rough uphill battle for them to try to get themselves back in the game.
There's our Smile Generation corner kick, left-footed strike.
Good ball.
High bounce, and the field playing nicely, in pretty good shape. And the first time we've seen 90-degree temperatures all season coming this week. Here's Bonomo at his feet with a strike, getting past Cardone, and it just missed. A fabulous take and strike from Stefano Bonomo, who had the game winner against Fresno in the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday, and tries to follow up with that shot there.
Yeah, hopefully he's got the confidence. I think you saw it right there. It's a great little touch by Cam, and a good touch by Bonomo. Just his last shot just flashes across the face, pulls it a little bit, but that's your striker. Keep pulling the trigger, Bonomo.
Good to see him get that goal. I mean, here's a guy who's brought in to score goals and help Cameron Iwasa, and to get only his first here. Now we are in June. This is a guy, Kevin, coming from the Red Bulls too, who scored once every 2.5 appearances he made. 24 goals in 64 appearances with the Red Bulls too, and it just hasn't quite been there. And I know it's been frustrating. You hear from Simon Elliott saying, it's been one of those things where he's just continued to train hard and go after it, and it hasn't gone his way. I think they're hoping this is the floodgates now opening. Good touch from Sari. Here's Bonomo, and it carried away.
Great strike. That's exactly what I see. Pull the trigger there, right? Once again, not the best, cleanest contact on it, but still, kind of first touch. I love that he's not taking a touch, allowing Cardone to get set. Makes a good save down to his left, and a decent strike there by Bonomo. That's how quick things can happen and change. Probably taking another look at this real quick. Got a nice little ball in there from Ray Sari. And a good take immediately.
Here's corner back in action, punched away by Cardona. He's been tested early here.
Cardona does a good job, comes out strong right there.
Whipped back in by Jaime Villarreal. Backpedaling is Gomez. And Brian Gomez on the other side has given Shannon quite a fit already, showing the pace along that right side. Now this is a team that typically has liked to work along that left flank. Billy Forbes not in the starting lineup. It's been Bradford Jamison. But we have yet to call number 70's name.
That's an interesting one too, Rob. I mean, the amount of talent, potential that Bradford Jamison had 2 or 3 years ago when he was with LA. Interesting to see him being loaned out, specifically loaned out to a different club, not, you know, the LA Galaxy 2. Something fresh to try to shock the system. You know, those guys out down there in LA want to see something different and better out of him probably.
And brought up and he got pretty good MLS minutes as well. Sam Warner looks to get into the attack. Left-footed, leaves it forward for Bonomo.
Good little run right there from Jaime Villarreal out of the midfield. It's a little bit too heavy from Sam Warner.
Only what we've seen tonight, runs already looking better. I mean, it's been a point of contention for the first couple of months.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I like so far here in the first 10 minutes or so is just the crispness of everything for Sacramento. It seems like they're doing everything well. There's a good pep in the step, if you will.
And Declan Kanan gambles and pops up, and it hits off of the arm and offside, but Ibusi is down, and there's a yellow card on Kanan as he maybe clipped him on his way. Now Jack Barmby pushing Declan away. Unfortunately for San Antonio, it was also offside, and so Ibusi will take it, and Declan Kanan now with his 5th yellow card on the season, so he will serve a 1-game suspension next week for Sacramento. It'll be a good timing, hopefully, to get Mitchell Tainer back for that match at New Mexico.
Yeah, look at that, very high, very high from Declan Kanan, kind of exposing the bottom of the boots. Those classic World Cups that he has, especially imported probably.
No score. Nearly 12 minutes gone by here between San Antonio and Sacramento. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you. Appreciate you joining in for this Saturday evening match. Clear skies all day. Clouds starting to roll over. No threat of thunder showers. So we should be okay there as Ibusi taking his time. The 21-year-old Cameroonian really working his way into this lineup after only playing 60 minutes against Tacoma, but his play in the U.S. Open Cup and some injuries have given him just enough window, and gets a start here at left back tonight. But a lengthy left back, not typically the size you see in someone in that position, but
very unique physique for a left back.
I didn't have a chance to mention, but our referee tonight is Lucas Spalla. Here's Jack Barnby. Signed with the club in December after 6 goals, 3 assists for the Timbers, 2 in 2018. Also played quite a bit the MLS side up with Caleb Porter in the helm. And when Caleb left, Barnby's role sort of changed. Here's a ball whipped in, Bonomo to it, and now Sacramento's going to look to counter. Spring something. Iwasa's looked really good on the ball as he sends us out of play.
That's a decent chance right there. A good run by Shannon Gomez. Cam Iwasa just can't connect that pass well enough.
San Antonio FC in the 4th season, as head coach Darren Powell came from Orlando's Pro Academy before that, grew up in England. And this has been a tough match for Sacramento over the years. Gomez comes in strong. Iwasa, Bonomo has to peel back. He's got him on his right side, splitting the defense. And Kai Green and Iwasa go down, and it will be a goal kick coming for San Antonio FC.
Foul's called. I like the energy from Cam. Not giving up on that one. Try to earn yourself a corner kick,
especially after playing 120+ minutes on Wednesday. back there, and then I think the follow-up.
Actually, a decent effort. Maybe, you know, I think he does give a little bit of push, but probably from behind technically as well.
The hook comes back for it. Boosie, the middle to Barnby. Jamison leaves it. Boosie, mistake, able to recover. Verano. Jamison looking to turn the corner, takes a strike, deflection, scary play, a collision coming from Ever Guzman into the hands of Josh Cohen. No whistle is blown, and Sacramento escapes.
Josh Cohen right there. I don't think he comes out with as much confidence as you like to see from your goalkeeper. A bit of hesitation. Lets that ball get through, but still Sacramento's fortunate. The ball's kind of sprayed a little wide. Cleared, cleaned up by Sac. Back four.
Cohen making his 11th appearance on the years. Allowed 13 goals, 1.3 goals against average at 4-4-2 in net. Playing it forward, Bonomo's got some space. Bonomo parried away, followed up by Wasses, deflected.
Bonomo is just knocking on this door right now, Rob. It's a great run and a great little entry pass by Ray Sari. And nothing special from that run. That's north to south right there. And a nice little angled run, just barely a little angle by Bonomo. And a perfectly weighted pass. And I love the decision there from Bonomo with a little toe poke of the right foot. Maybe outside of the foot, but great spot and great save there by Matt Cardone, and then coming through.
Was whipped in, and the back post, Kai Green getting down low.
Yeah, Hansel Polis is back there. It's not that far away from even the back of the net.
Bonomo, 3 really good chances this evening.
Yeah, Bonomo's been all over the place, man. And see, this is that confidence. Maybe you get a goal midweek, sleeping a little better. Coming to training, feeling a little more confident.
Villarreal, sorry. Laying it low. Bonomo, cross to Villarreal. The flag is up offside.
Yeah, Bonomo is maybe just a step or two off right there. But once again, love seeing your striker kind of towing that back line.
And Stefano Bonomo, after the win against Fresno, where he scored the game winner, he said, I think things will start to change. Training sessions have been better, and everyone's mentality has been much sharper. So, you know, on a run where Sacramento has not fared well in the last 6 matches, 1-4-1. That's 4 losses, 1 draw, and just 1 victory. They've scored just 5 goals and allowed 12. That's not including the U.S. Open Cup matches where they each won those games 1-0.
I know,
so this is a different energy here.
It's been a yo-yo sort of 6 weeks for Sacramento.
Decent combination. Nice recovery from Jaime Villarreal. Sacramento controlling this match early here in the first 17 and change.
So Sacramento, what they need is just consistency, really. You know, they've been playing well in the Open Cup, winning some games, grinding games out, and then in, you know, league play, they just seem to not be able to put things together and get a result.
Guzman in the corner, and it will be a throw for San Antonio. San Antonio 0-1-2 against Sacramento here at Papa Murphy's Park. They're looking for their first victory here, and also their first victory on the road all season. They have really struggled out of the gate.
Oh, really, the season's been interesting. You know, San Antonio and Sacramento traditionally been on top of the table, up to near the top of the table. Great ball.
And Warner's onside. Not much help. Warner's going to take it himself and blast it over the bar. Cardone's got to be on his toes tonight. He is coming from all angles. Talk about Vian Bijev back in the lineup, but we really haven't seen Bijev get on strike. Seems like he's been able to pick up and allow guys like Bijev, or excuse me, like Warner and Owasa and Bonomo really to get something going.
That's a really good decision there by Sam Warner. He's got no one in the box making runs for him. I'm not saying there should have been guys. That was a pretty quick little turnover, and Sam Warner is able to get himself in behind. But why not have a strike with your right foot? And really, I think tests Cardone and maybe just misses over the top of the crossbar. But still, like that effort from a Sam Warner on his front studs there.
Pirano getting past Hansopoulos. Got a little bit of space, gonna dump it off for Gomez. Gomez, dangerous ball. Fumbles it a tad. Josh Cohen able to keep it in. Well, you see the blue kits for Sacramento. It's wear your city on your sleeve. The Republic paying tribute to the official Sacramento City flag representing the unstoppable spirit and swagger of the indomitable city in all Sacramento and New Jersey, and merchandise is available now and can be purchased at the team store or online at sacrepublicfc.com. Whistle blowing against Bajev as Kai Green goes down.
Not sure what's happening there.
But what do you think about the new kits? I mean, it's a little hard, I think, to wear a blue, and that's typically associated with some of the rivals in Fresno, Reno, even LA.
I love it. I love this kit. I think I like the color. I like the design. I think it looks great on these guys.
I agree.
I think it really kind of encapsulates, the Sacramento spirit. They got a lot of detail in there, and we start to kind of really look at that jersey to see what's in there.
No, you're right.
It looks like some spots from the distance. You actually dig into a little bit. Like, oh no, that's a Tower Bridge, guys.
No,
it's pretty cool stuff.
You're right. They've got the Tower Bridge, the 5-point star, the Grizzly Bear, even the city motto, Herbs and Dominoes. So very, very cool kit that the club has put together. And unlike the beer, we still have yet to receive a kit or a beer, Kevin.
Yeah, so here's our official request.
I'm feeling very left out.
Who do we talk to?
Who's in charge? And Wassa drawing the foul. And you see a couple of them out in the stands already as people have picked them up. But it is sort of weird to, you bleed the Old Glory red and then you're putting on a blue kit. It probably feels a little weird. Bonomo's had 3 really good looks. Sam Warner's given it a shot, as Bajev has as well. Sacramento in control in this match, but has yet to break through. McCreary up in the attack. They'd like to see him further get into it. Here's a left-footed cross coming from Warner.
It's a wonderful entry pass in from Ray Sari into Jordan McCreary. You'd like to see Jordan try to take that down to the end line and serve a ball in the box. But Ray Sari tonight, I think, has done a really nice job in that attacking third with connecting some good passes, bringing some players in.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. SelectSportAmerica.com. Back to Joshua Yar, the 24-year-old. He grew up in Carpinteria, just along the California coast, and he is played every minute of these USL Championship season so far for San Antonio FC. What a pickup he was. Just a couple of years ago, he's the 2nd overall pick in MLS for Philadelphia Union. Now he's found a place here in San Antonio. Jamison leaving it forward. Cohen much more aggressive, comes out of his 6. Quickly, Cohen able to get that out, and already in the attacking third, Sacramento comes. Bajev, deep cross.
I'd like to see a little bit more patience right there. Only Bonomo in the box for Bajev. Keep the ball, possess it, move it around, be patient.
Bajev, just 5 appearances heading into this evening, had dealt with a couple of hamstring issues and kept him mostly out as a precaution. He didn't want it to get worse, and saw some minutes against Fresno on Wednesday night here in that dramatic win where Bonomo put one in the back of the net in the final, which was likely the final play before going to PKs, and Fresno absolutely devastated. But the game changed a little bit when number 20 came in. He added a spark to it. And it took a little bit off, in my opinion, to what Sam Warner has become. As well as that spark plug and allowing not just one guy to do it, but giving it really another opportunity for Sacramento to find someone to do it, and it comes a hard foul from behind. Toronto.
Bradford Jamison in there as well. And I think, you know, to your point, like bringing a spark plug, bringing him in the game, I think it also goes back to just quality players. I mean, Sam Warner is just quality kind of across the board up top. Somewhat similar to Bijev, can play any wing position up top. And just quality. Guys that are good, smart players. They're good on the ball, good technique, and intelligent.
Well, addition here from Simon he said, you know, I think Warner's a little bit annoyed. Like, he feels he should have been playing when he was in Israel last year. Didn't get that opportunity, and now he's out to prove something. And Simon says, we love players who have out there something to prove.
Absolutely. I mean, like, bottle that up and sell it. You know what I mean? Like, it's you get a player that has that sort of chip on their shoulder. It's you know, it's taking on the world, so to speak. You got to go and you got to go out there and, you know, you got to prove it every day. And it's not the woe is me and feel bad for yourself. It's you got to go out there and prove it every day.
And look at Hansopoulos maybe attempting this. Could be left foot from Sam Warner as well. Hansopoulos with a pretty fierce strike. It's going to be Warner through, and it's tipped away by Cardone, who comes up with a big save. McCrary back in it. Tell you what, the goalkeeping for San Antonio has been unbelievable throughout the years. Diego Restrepo, remember that game last year, a 1-0 loss for Sacramento. 17 saves for Diego Restrepo. Matt Cardone with 4 already tonight. He's having one of those matches that's keeping San Antonio in this game.
Yeah, nothing incredible on his saves, but just doing what's asked of him. That's all you need from your goalkeeper.
Bonomo looking to turn the corner. It looks like it will be a throw for Sacramento deep.
It's great pressure right there. Great pressure by Sacramento, keeping it on, making it difficult for San Antonio to get out.
The attack has been much better from Sacramento too, coming from different points of the field. Back to McCrary.
Touches.
Back in the mix, and looks like Warner just going to go for it. I think he was hoping that Bijev or Iwasa was going to make a run.
Yeah, just miscommunication. That's a good ball. I like the whip. I like the pace on that ball from Sam Warner. Good battle.
Follow Sacramento Republic and the rest of the USL Championship all season long. ESPN Plus on the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. ESPNplus.com. Forced play there by Josh Cohen. Matt Cardone, he is in the top 3 in saves in the USL. He has been tested night in and night out. He's played all but 1 match as a goalkeeper in the USL Championship for San Antonio and Darren Powell this season. Gomez is both falling down, and holding his right ankle is Brian Gomez. And the fans don't like it here. And Gomez pointing to the turf saying he slipped.
This is soccer, not the NBA! Get up!
You're hearing it from the fans already.
I heard this is soccer, not the NBA.
I think it's the other way around. Something like that.
Lively fans as usual. I don't know if he gets him though, Rob. I don't think he does.
Nobody likes Texas!
I don't know.
With Simon. There's definitely contact, but he's going down already. He sells it. He's selling it.
Yeah. It's been a battle. 2 speedsters. I mean, how many times have we seen someone beat Shannon Gomez? We saw it once tonight with Brian Gomez getting behind him. It's a rarity. Khan Turnover, San Antonio and Sacramento can't capitalize. San Antonio didn't get their first win until April 6th. They started the year 1-3. They've been in tight games, but they've fallen victim, as the Republica had, at times this season where it's 1-0, and all of a sudden it's 3-1, or it's 3-0, or 2-0. And I talked to Darren Powell, and he said, you know, the parity in this league this year is like nothing we've really seen, especially in the Western Conference, where you have teams that will win one night 3-0, lose 4-0 a week later.
It's been an interesting year. It really has. This has been the most unique year, in my opinion, in USL in the history that we've seen it so far.
Well, I mean, think about this. Sacramento right now, you know, they're 14 points. A win here tonight, and they go from, I think, 14th or 15th all the way up to like 8th or 9th. So
yeah, it's still a tightly packed race.
So you really can't panic, and you can't get too excited if you're near the top of the table, really, either. And we'll talk about that more at halftime tonight. But this, I mean, we're not that far into the season, but we are in June at this point. And there is a little bit of separation, but not a whole lot. No one's running away with this, and no one's really sitting at the bottom. Nifty little cross in, almost a mistake. Sorry, getting it back to Josh Cohn.
Well done by Ray. Sorry, smart.
So make sure to join us at Papa Murphy's Park on June 22nd. Tulsa Roughnecks in town for the Pride Night. Kickoff 8 o'clock. Tickets information, sacrepublicfc.com. Half hour gone by at Papa Murphy's Park. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you. Gajev angling ball into the corner.
Patience, Rob. Starting to force it just a little bit right now.
Is there a tendency to do that when you feel like you've really controlled the match?
No, I think they need to just be smarter with the ball. There's been a few decisions where I think Sacramento, Gajev at one point, Ray, sorry, another time. Just be a little more patient with the ball. Don't go for that home run pass. Keep the ball, try to break down San Antonio the old-fashioned way.
Lucy's had some trouble on that left side. Warner, McCrary taking advantage of it. Deep cross looking for Bonomo. Tell you what, Akan and Kai Green have come up big, and that time it was Joshua Yarrow who had to make a pretty spectacular defensive play.
Georgetown player Josh Yarrow does a great job. Just puts himself in a really nice position defensively. I like what Bonomo's trying to do. It looks like he's got Kamawasa kind of streaking across the face of the goal.
And the Smile Generation corner kick is going to be William Bajev. Good rotation of runs along that backside, a little too deep potentially. Back in, Deckel Kanan bounces around the 6. After the corner, Sacramento's done a really good job tonight of maintaining possession. Back again, looking for Bonomo. Cardone. Deckel Kanan and Stefano Bonomo crashing toward goal. Cardone's been solid so far this first half. Jamison, such a spectacular stride. An athletic player. He's part of the MLS championship team in 2014. Not a lot of time, but he was in the 18 quite a bit that year. He had 16 goals in USL MLS with those Galaxy teams over the last couple of seasons. Getting a fresh start here with San Antonio. Square ball from Warner. Toronto nearly made him pay for it. Hansopoulos coming up. Now Hansopoulos into the attack. He's going to keep running forward. Warner. Hansopoulos going to be offside. That's going to get back. Here's a quick touch from Bajev.
Well done by Sacramento. Keep the pressure on. You lose the ball, you continue to work. You saw Sam Warner right there. Force that pass. It's good work. Sacramento back with the ball now. Love seeing that effort, Rob. If you're the guy that turns the ball over, you're the one that's working hardest to win it back right.
Little back heel. Here's Iwasa. He puts it in the net, and it's 1-0 Sacramento here in the 35th minute.
There's your combination, your link-up play right there. It'd be interesting to take a look at this quickly to see if he's offside. It's definitely close. Looks like there's a conversation happening over here on the side. But definitely a great, calm, collected finish by Kamawasa as well. You see, as soon as he collected that ball, he's able to find the corner, beat Matt Cardone, and slots it inside of the net. You see, they're talking probably, I think the referee and the linesman talking about who that ball came off of. It looked like it came off of Bonomo. And if it comes off Bonomo, take a look at it right now. It's got to be offside. It's got to be offside.
Bobik Dunn and Lucas Spalla, the referee.
I think the linesman thinks it comes off of a San Antonio player and allows Kamawasa would technically be onside if it comes off of a San Antonio player, but I believe it comes off of Bonomo. We'll see how this conversation goes. This is unique. No VAR, none of this stuff. It's just a conversation right now, and let's see if these guys can get it right. We got the benefit of the replay up here.
Well, it would be Iwasa's 6th goal of the year if it stands. And essentially,
it looks like they're calling it off. Yeah, no goal.
So unfortunately, it is the right call. And Simon Elliott is furious, but I'll tell you what, you can look at the replay. It's fairly clear.
That's the right call here.
Jeff pleading his case. I'll try to show you the replay one more time. That was the previous play.
They got, you know what?
I got to
just, hit the record button right now. Like, I mean, you're never going to hear me really give kudos to the referee. It's a tough job. It really is a tough job, but I think they did a great job right there. They got it right. They circled up. They had a conversation. And they made the right decision. And I think definitely the linesman assumes that ball comes off of the San Antonio player, but after further discussion and talk, they realize it does come off of Bonomo. And it is an offside, which is proper offside, the right call. It's unfortunate for Sacramento, but take a look. I mean, Bijev's there. Kamawasa is now offside. Touch there from Bonomo. They might even think it probably comes off of Akon. But after it hits Bonomo, maybe it's pretty darn close. But you know, nonetheless, I think that's the correct call.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's what we like. I mean, it's the other way around, San Antonio. So. Great call.
Good link-up play, though. That's exactly what you want your striker doing, by the way, Rob. You want him crashing that back post, assuming the ball's going to get through. And what I do like to see about it as well is Cam collects the ball nicely. You assume the ball's going to get there, but when the ball gets there, what are you going to do with it? I think Cam does a great job. Calm, cool, collected, composed. He's able to pass the ball, beat the goalkeeper, pass it inside net.
Simon still having a discussion with the 4th official, Jaime Padilla, but right call was made. Meanwhile, Sam Warner took one of the back from Pascal Abusi. And Abusi, you know what? I'd be surprised if he's in there come the second half. He's had some issues along that left back position. Been a lot of open space for Bijev and Warner, who've actually switched spaces. They've switched sides as well.
They've moved back and forth quite a bit here in the first half. You typically don't see that often. I think they've done a nice job, but I agree.
And they gave him a yellow card for the hit as well. It's the 2nd of the game. Now, mind you, Declan Kanan got the 1st. And Kanan, with that his 5th, he will be out for the game against New Mexico next week. And Warner's slow to get up, and not a good sign for Simon Elliott's Republic side, who has seen Sam Warner be phenomenal in the last 2 months. To celebrate your birthday or plan your next group outing at a Republic match, staff will customize the perfect outing for the group. 10 people or more. All you have to do is give them a call or sign up online at republicmc.com. Sam Warner is up. It looks like he took one to the lower back. And he's going to be slow to move around here for the next couple of moments. Prairie for Bonomo. Jev, low cross, crashing was Bonomo, broken up by San Antonio. Bonomo again continuing to stay active in Sacramento, able to contain possession just for a moment. And Kai Green push into the corner.
Great job. So just constant pressure from Sacramento. You got Bonomo right there just running around crazy, getting involved in every challenge that he can think of. And a good job there by Bijev. Sacramento keeps retains possession in a dangerous spot.
Good back in, Cardone.
He's good again, still running around. Yeah, love it.
Republic have outplayed San Antonio in this first half, but not be able to capitalize. The goal scored in the 35th by Iwasa was taken back as he was called offside. After review, it was the appropriate call. Nonetheless, Sacramento, see if they can break through here. Ball from Bijev. Front four really played well, combining together. This one's a bit misplayed. The Hood comes back for it. Jamison. Ever Guzman. We have not talked about Ever Guzman very much tonight, which means he's not had it at his feet. Good sign for Sacramento.
Good pressure. Keep up the pressure. Make it hard for these guys.
It's been tough on the road for San Antonio. They're 0-5. They've allowed 11 goals, scoring just 3. Sorry, great ball to Bonomo. Yarrow able to get in front, but it'll be a corner kick for Sacramento.
It's a good little touch there from Bonomo. You know, using the momentum of Josh Yarrow coming at you, trying to just a little deke around him, a little touch. But been really impressed with Bonomo's first half so far.
He's been the best player on the field.
He's really creating chances, taking shots, working, defending. Love his energy.
Crowd starting to stomp their feet here in the 42nd. And now 43rd. Bijev. Back post. Cardone slapping it away. Good Guzman looking to get on the break. And the high press from Sacramento tonight has worked well.
Second balls, and here you go.
Square ball, nearly an opportunity. Declan gets down low and able to keep possession for Sacramento. Bijev, one of his favorite spots on the field, plays it forward. Quick touch to the left side to Warner. Back inside, Cameron Iwasa looking to turn, and he's met by too many white jerseys. And Sacramento looking for someone to clean it up. And look at the hustle coming from Ray Sari. And there's going to be a foul on Brian Gomez.
I tell you what, once again, what a first half of pressure and energy from Sacramento. They're bringing it here tonight. Moving the ball quickly. There was a wonderful little switch, little one-touch pass from Ray Sari over to that right side, I think to Sam Warner, that just opens things up. And then a quick pass towards Cam Iwasa, but just a great job here. I'm telling you, it's so difficult if you're San Antonio when you got this sort of energy coming at you to try to clear the ball and keep the ball.
How many times have we seen ball played in and you have 3 or 4 blue jerseys in the box tonight?
I agree. And now this is where you got to use the momentum in games to your advantage and get a goal.
Werner lobs it in, pretty good. Declan right into the arms of Cardone.
Great job. Look at just Declan just rising, snapping it down. Unlucky for him, right at Matt Cardone. But you can kind of smell it coming, right? You can feel it coming that Sacramento's got something going on. See it right there, just a nice little save for Cardone right at him. Sacramento once again on.
Into the corner for McCrary. McCrary whipping it in. Here's Bijev. Bonomo again.
It's unlucky. Unlucky. Keep your heads up.
A little too heavy from Villarreal.
Keep your foot on the gas. Got a couple minutes here into the half. San Antonio right now, you're a halftime whistle can't come fast enough. Get in there, regroup, come back out for Act 2.
Four saves officially for Matt Cardone tonight. He's been tested quite a bit. 3 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's. Something Extra rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleigh's.com.
Good ball.
Whipping it into Bonomo, broken up at the last minute by Inca. Back it again.
Oh, what a little touch right. That's a wonderful ball by Sam Warner. And love the little peel-off run by Bonomo.
Bajev. Warner. Spacing a bit off, but again, the runs have been good for Republic tonight. McCrary showing his skill. Bajev cutting it in. He's worked his way to the other side of the pitch. Villarreal back to McCrary. Antipoulos, the center back, keeps it low and hits off. Public player, looked like it was Bonomo, maybe Jaime Villarreal. Back from McCrary. Sacramento continuing to put the pressure on. Now it's Bajev. Bajev's going to give it a ride, and Jets is taken off.
What a save.
Cardone again.
What a save. What a strike from Bajev over the right side, taking the ball in the air a couple touches, kind of going away from the goal to get your body in that position. Rob, you got to hit it perfectly and cleanly, and Bajev does. I tell you what, look at this touch right here. Touch there, and that shot. Ball's coming down, laces through the back of the ball. What a save. Look at this look right here. What a save.
By the fingertips, Warner whipping it in. Cardone keeping San Antonio on this one. Sacramento has been relentless on the attack.
And that's a moment in this game, Rob. We'll look back on that moment as just going into half as the whistle blows. That save right there. Or excuse me, foul call, but still. About a minute left to go here. That save keeps this thing level. You go in at halftime 0-0, able to change things up, give your guys a breather, have a talk. Momentum just is absolutely snuffed out. Great save from Matt Cardone there.
They've got 2 figures on it. Look at the replay there. He's made a couple big ones tonight. Giving chase, trying to apply pressure, just get something for San Antonio. Sorry, couldn't do much with it as it hung up on him. There's those moments in this final part of a half that make you a little bit nervous, though. And, well, you got out of it, didn't matter. Here's the whistle. After 45 minutes and 3 minutes of stoppage time, no score between San Antonio and Sacramento. That man, Cameron Iwasa, got one in the 35th. It was called back. After review, he was offside, and so here we are, knotted 0 apiece in Sacramento. Stay tuned, we've got a nice feature for you, talking Villian Bajev and much, much more. And we'll get Kevin Goldthwait's breakdown of the first half highlights. And that was one hoping the Republic would like back. Don't go anywhere, halftime is next.
harder, the Rayleigh's gift card amount goes up. Are you ready? You got 60 seconds. Good luck. Danny says he's ready. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Halftime in Sacramento, knotted at 0 between Republic and San Antonio FC. Well, William Bajev grew up playing youth soccer in Northern California and has made its mission to ensure that every kid has an equal opportunity to succeed at the game he loves so much.
So I started a nonprofit called the William Bajev Passback Foundation to be able to give back to the communities and the people who have helped me so much. The whole idea behind it was to...
Now the second spot, a little tougher, just 5.
And welcome back, and what a story from William Bajev. He is just one of those players not only great on the field, but off of it as well. So we'll take a break, and we'll get to you the USL block here and the latest around the USL Championship.
Statesboro, it's like this little oasis of a location.
I think Statesboro loves itself. It's the first thing I would say.
This is a win for the community. Not only are we getting a professional level soccer team, a sport that's loved around the world, but we are now creating an economic development area that's going to have a huge impact on our community and throughout this region.
Let's do it.
I'm not surprised, to be honest, that Tormenta was one of the first teams approached when League One came about. I think it was blatantly obvious to everyone that knew anything about American soccer that Tormenta was a force in League Two, and everything from top to bottom was done so professionally that I had a good year in college and I had some other looks, but for me, I wanted to be at Tormenta FC, and I knew there was 10 other guys coming back here that I knew were bought in and they have the same goals that I do.
This is the first step of a very, very, very long journey. This is a league match. We set some pretty lofty expectations for results this year, did we not? Good. Okay?
Getting here, okay, is a good place to be. And now, what you guys need to do is take it that one step further.
Family, boys! Family, family, family!
Yeah!
Into the box, a strike, and a goal. Welcome back to halftime. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. No score between Republic FC and San Antonio FC. A couple chances for Sacramento, but unable to break through. Let's take a look at our life storage standings. Take a look at where we are with everything. And you look at the top 10 here. New Mexico United, really the top team in the league. Surprisingly, Portland Timbers too. And what's hard to imagine is that you don't find Sacramento right now in the top 10, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, with 9 points separate Sacramento, I think, from where they are now to first place. So still early, when we talked about the table, is pretty condensed, but still probably the first time that we've seen probably in the last 4 years where you don't see Sacramento in the top 10 at any given point.
And to notice, the Republic are now playing their 12th match currently, where some of these already have a couple of games in hand here. So long way to go, but that is our life storage standings. Let's take a look. News and notes around USL. Cup craze, 10 USL Championship sides advance to the 4th round. Sacramento, one of them, in heroic fashion, and they will take on San Jose at Avaya Stadium. I think you were there the last time the two sides faced off.
San Jose just came in and absolutely stole the game from the Republican penalties.
Chris Wondolowski's a pretty good player.
Yeah, came in. They got wandoed. It'll be fun to see them, compete against our domestic best. So it'll be a good game.
It'll be the 3rd time the two face off. And so let's take a look at our current scoreboard. And Austin trying to pick things up. They take down Tulsa tonight, and Fresno has really started to struggle after losing to Sacramento a couple of weeks ago. They have not been able to go. And Reno still playing well in Rutzel's side. Getting it going at El Paso, Tacoma. That was a tight one, nearly over there in the west part of Texas. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have your highlights and much, much more. Don't go away. We'll have your thoughts from Kevin Goldthwait on how Sacramento can break through and pick up 3 points tonight. That's all up next here on the Halftime Show. Yeah, good, thanks. Welcome back to halftime. Let's take a look at our NorCal highlights, or excuse me, our highlights.
Give him a half a foot of space, and he pulls the trigger quickly. The ball's on its way down, strikes it nicely with Ray Cardone, the best save of the game, and I think that's the game changer that we're going to talk about. That save right there, potentially, if Sacramento can't come out here and get a goal early.
Well, it's pretty clear. I mean, shots on target. You know, you look at the El Paso match where Sacramento loses 3-1. Each team had 3 goals on target, and El Paso able to capitalize. Here tonight, Sacramento's got 5 on target, 11 overall. They feel like it's right there. They just got to bring it home here and see if they can get 3 points. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they got to feel pretty good after what happened in that first 45, Kevin. Here they are. They're still in it.
I agree. They got to feel pretty good, but they also got to go in there and feel like we got to do something to change this. And what's it going to be? Is it going to be a shot of energy in this team, or is it going to be a tactical change? You know, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? But something needs to change.
Let's take a review of your Chevy keys to the match and look what happened that first 45 and give us a breakdown of where we were.
I think getting their heads down was one of the things that we saw in this half. The pressure that Sacramento was able to apply to the back four, the back 5 of San Antonio really made it difficult for them to get out of the back and allowed Sacramento to retain possession for most of the game. Want to see them continue to do that. and also runs in the box. I think that could be a little bit better. Specifically, I want to see that back door, that back runner crashing. So it's going to the left flank. You got to have your right winger crashing that back post and allowing somebody else, another body in the box, another thought the back four have to deal with. And then finally, ball movement. I think Sacramento's done a great job. You've seen some nice one-touch, quick passes, springing players into the right positions. So I think, so far so good. They got to continue to do this and continue with their energy, and hopefully they'll get a result here.
Second half begins here. Sacramento now moving to the south end of the field. And San Antonio able to escape the momentum, and Darren Powell, SAFC's head man, saying momentum is everything this time, as you see this league so close, and all it takes is a couple of minutes of the match and it completely changes the way the game is played. He said not only the parity between the teams in the Western Conference, but he also felt the individual matchups are so much more even than the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think teams are starting to figure this league out a little bit, and these players are not signing 5-year deals, Rob. They're signing 1-year deals, and you're able to kind of change your team relatively quickly if it's not working or if it's working. So I think that kind of leads to the parity as well, where teams are able to come in and shuffle their rosters around relatively easily.
Well, it allows teams like New Mexico at the top of the standings right now with 24 points, expansion side, and there's really no lag time. Chance here for San Antonio, across over the face. We've seen some pretty good runs from Christian Perrano, the 19-year-old Argentine. Going back, but San Antonio out of the gate here in the second half, already applying some pressure. Pusi. Here's Iwasa, with what looked like the game's first and only goal, but called back after a conference. Laid it forward. Here's Bajev, low cross, looking for Bonomo.
Bonomo's got to be on the near post, be across the face of that runner. Great little run there by Ray Sari to get that ball driven into the final third, and plays a nice pass out to Bajev.
Warner just couldn't get it over the top. Here's a chance for Sari. Here's Bajev now. Good run for Bonomo, and it just missed. Oh, it looked like it was there. Tagged part of the side netting, but a good run for number 29.
That's a
who has been spectacular this evening.
I don't know how that ball was to find the back of the net. The fact that he loses it to the near post. Great run, though, and look how quick things are moving for Sacramento. Nice patience by Ray Sari, good weight, good run there by Bonomo. Just misses it. And that's a tough ball to hit, to put on target, Rob. It looks like we got something going on here with Deco Kanan, which wouldn't be the best thing. It looks like we got some action on the sideline here.
And for Sacramento, we may see a Matt Mahoney sighting, as Deco Kanan may have some kind of quad injury.
Hamstring, maybe.
It's kind of the way he's standing there. It's hard to know. But with no Mitchell Tainer tonight, that means you're going to go with someone here that has not played center back for you all season. And the former Bethlehem Steel midfielder Matt Mahoney, who's played limited minutes so far in 2019 for Sacramento. How does this change the complexity of that back line?
Well, things have been working like a well-oiled machine here. So anytime you throw a little wrench into that, hopefully you can go in there and not miss a beat and just pick up for him. Everything works out great, but it's definitely going to be a test for the Republic.
So for Matt Mahoney, he's described as a gritty player. He's played a lot of right back, did play some center back last year with Bethlehem, and his 20+ appearances with that club. You've seen now Hatsopoulos, Kanan, and Tainter really combine well for those center back position. What does this mean now? Your captain's out. It'll go to armband, will go to Cameron Iwasa, but Matt Mahoney, what does he need to do here? Is there danger in trying to delay too much sometimes?
No, I mean, just you got to go in there and you got to know, you got to trust yourself and believe in yourself, and go out, connect your first pass, get stuck in your first tackle, and hopefully the rest works itself out. But I mean, there's no magic potion here to figure out what to do. It's, you know your job. You played it there before. Go out and execute.
So Kanan is out. That sub coming to the 50th minute. A tough one at the center back position for Sacramento. No substitutions made by San Antonio. Republic with 14 points, 4-2-5 on the year. San Antonio, 3 wins, 3 draws, 6 losses, 12 points. This is their 13th match. And overall in the series, it does favor San Antonio. 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws for the visiting side. And these games have been pretty close. No team has won by more than 1 goal, and only San Antonio has scored 2 goals in any of these matches. Back post, and Mahoney gets his first touch on it.
There you go.
Look at Gomez, able to keep it along the touchline, but Jeff is running with him. Gets pushed back from behind, and a no call coming from Lucas Spalla. Crowd can't believe it.
That's from behind, in my opinion. Doesn't matter. Still from behind. He's pointing at the ball, but
Jamison. Villarreal colliding 2 former teammates. Here's Ever Guzman. Guzman hasn't had very many looks. Tries to curl one high post.
doesn't miss by much. That's the right piece of skill right there. The right technique, trying to curl it up in that upper corner. You know, a lot of pinball happening right there. Pretty fortunate for that ball to fall to San Antonio, but get a look here. This is from behind, in my opinion.
It's pretty easy push in the back coming from Brian Gomez.
And then you look at this shot here, Rob. Just I like that, just trying to curl it to that far post. Pick out the top corner.
Bonomo goes down as he is
head injury, maybe. Let's see what happens.
Collided on. I'm not quite sure. Both players going up for it. Bonomo appears to be okay. Yeah, he's going to get a talking to. And credit to the USL. They have really taken head injuries and really made it a point of focus in this league, and many think they will set the standard not only here for leagues in the US but across the world in the way that they're now addressing these head substitutions. Is part of that deal being if you have a player go out because of a head injury, that you will get an additional substitute for that player, at least for the time being. So if they have to come back in, then you don't lose a substitute, as many teams would be afraid to make that change and lose some players. Bonomo's going through the concussion protocol right now. And I know when you played, Kevin, MLS, it really wasn't much of a thought at all.
No, I think there's been a bit of movement. I think there should be more attention drawn to it. It's a tough one. So you got some conflicting sort of interest in terms of, you know, your coach as opposed to your trainer, your physio, and you know, does he need to go through a 5 or 6 minute concussion protocol? Yeah, he does. I'm sorry. Some certain players in the MLS still. Great little piece of skill right there.
Warner weaving his way as Bonomo's back on the pitch. Ball sent into the corner. Beautifully done by Jack Barmby. Looking for Gomez. Shannon and Brian have been at it all night.
No foul there. It's all done.
Don't miss a minute of Republic FC action this season. Single game tickets for the next 7 matches are on sale now, including Pride Night, State Fair games, Paint the Park, and many more. SacRepublicFC.com. Throw for San Antonio. Here's a strike, lobbing it. Back post, not much there. San Antonio fell to Austin in the US Open Cup 4-2 in the 3rd round on Wednesday. They beat the Laredo Heat in the 2nd round 2-0. Could not follow it up with their rival down the road in Austin. And now Now Bonomo, and it appears to be Khan, who may have had a couple of words. Maybe it's the Hood in there as well. But both of them being broken up by Lucas Spallin. Being held, no whistle. It'll be a throw for Sacramento.
Oh, that's not a foul. Anticipate a little bit more of this as well, as these guys are still going at it. Bonomo and Akan.
Bonomo with that nice assist to Cameron Wassa, called back in the 35th minute. Looked to be the game's first goal. Kai Green, formerly of River Grande Valley. Guzman cutting it in. Guzman.
Ray Sorry, well done.
Being bait by Sorry. Cameron Wassa moving forward. Barnby on his right heel, gets it through. Finding Bajev, here's Bonomo, and it's Cardone again. Here's a Warner, and he can't clean it up. He's gonna want that one back. All he had to do was find target, and it's 1-0 Sacramento in the 56.
Yeah, great piece of work from Sacramento. Great win by Ray Sorry. Takes it all the way down. Kamawasa gets the ball, finds a great streaking run from Bajev. Bajev, good ball in the box. Great save by Matt Cardone. The last piece of skill, that last pass, is just look how big this swing is, Rob, from Sam Warner. Look how big this is. He's trying to hammer that ball. That's inside of the foot. Find the far post. It's easier said than done. I'm sure his eyes, that ball's bouncing 2 or 3 times. Your eyes are getting as big as your stomach. But all it needs to be is just a simple inside of the foot pass, far post, short swing, make good contact on the ball. It's not going to take something that's going to be going 100 miles an hour to get to the back of the net, Rob. But nonetheless, great work by Sacramento, and love that build-up. A lot of good things to take from that.
I'll tell you what, this type of play we've seen from Sacramento tonight, we have not seen them in the attack with this since really OKC, where they scored 4 goals.
Agreed. Super dynamic tonight. You got guys flying forward, connecting well, some great pressure and some great chances off of that pressure, which means, you know, all these guys are working together up front.
Wassa takes it away. Bonomo peeling back. Bajev is there as well, being held. LaHood able to get there and slow him up. And there's a couple of flashes of lightning in the area. Not over the park quite yet. Reports of thunder and lightning in the foothills. About 40 miles from here, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. McCrary takes it away, plays it right to Warner. Warner, 2 rare mistakes from Sam Warner. For a guy who's been absolutely on target for more than 2 months now. He's got to shake it off now and see if he can get right back.
Shake it off. Short memory. It's like missing a 3-foot putt. Can't think about it anymore. Forget about it. Move on. Trust yourself. Believe yourself.
So Deckel Kanan out of this game in the 50th minute. This ball served up. Cohen's got to come up for it before Pirano gets there. But Deckel Kanan picks up his 5th yellow card on the season, so he will be out for next week's contest on the road. And then he leaves in the 50th minute. Mahoney comes in.
The worst thing in the world to have next week off, Rob.
Right, especially if it's a hamstring or something. You hope it's
just rest it. Just rest it. Hamstrings are always going to be nagging. If you don't take care of it right away, try to come back in a couple days too early. Keep going. Keep going.
Haven't seen Cardone much at his feet, able to get it away that time. Cardone, primarily a backup to Diego Restrepo the first 3 seasons, did play in the ASL for the San Antonio Scorpions, but only a couple of appearances there. This is really his first full season as a starting goalkeeper in his career. Warner tried to force it.
Yeah, I think he just got, Kai Green was just screened from him as he played the ball. It's the right idea once again from Sam Warner.
Real, look at that ball. Beautifully done. Plays it forward, Bonomo right through his legs. Crowd can't believe it. Warner whips it back in.
Gotta believe as a striker. Looks like Akon is going to clear the ball. Once again, takes a massive swing, misses it. Bonomo just is assuming that that ball is going to get cleared by Akon. You got to believe it's going to come to you. You got to take that picture as its ball's coming to you. You're going to finish it, finish that skill. It's like a Wando special, by the way. He's like, he always knows he's always going to finish those. Big swing. So Bonomo's not even thinking that he's going to have a chance to get that ball. But I feel like I'm the most optimistic I've been. I mean, great runs, great ball in the box. You got Bonomo in the right spot. There's a lot of good to be taken away from these misses and these chances.
And it's not reached frustration yet.
Talk to me in the 88th minute, though, Rob.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, they've handled the game. I mean, they really have handled San Antonio all night.
San Antonio hasn't had anything tonight. Got strength, too. Yeah, not able to create anything, San Antonio. I think Sacramento's just did a great job of applying pressure and making it really difficult.
And here's the truth. These are the games you have to win at home.
But here's the
team
thing.
moves down the standings.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, too. I mean, you're in the 60th minute. I think I think objectively have been dominating this game so far. It's still 0-0. So, I mean, the last thing you want is for you to, like, let up for a moment, you know, take a breather.
Good defending by McCrary to keep
That's a pacey
Jamison out of it.
Pacey Bradford Jamison up at that side, too. Great job by McCrary. But this is where you've got to really start to focus defensively. Don't feel too confident about where you are in this game, where you're sitting in this game. This is where you want your back four to really start communicating. Keep the pressure up and not get frustrated if you're going forward.
And the whistle blows as William Bajev goes down. And quite unknown whether William Bajev would be in the starting 11 today. There was hope that he would be in the 18. And even Simon Elliott, after the victory in the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday, you know, said he's been hard to contain in open space. That's really, really like him. But he said you can't just get straight back into it. You know, he's been out for a month. It's going to be hard for him to potentially even go a full 90. But he said we'll see more of William pretty soon. I think at this point he's played so well this game, it's going to be hard to keep him out of this match. As Gomez goes down and no call is made out on the touchline. But where do you balance now that you've already had to take Declan Cannon out with William Bajev's minutes and worried about playing a full 90 when he hasn't done so in more than a month? As a crowd oohs and ahs over the Lightning that's starting to appear closer here to the match. But if you're Simon Elliott, what are you doing with William Bajev tonight?
I think you're monitoring it pretty closely. You know, this is the moment in the game, I think, where you really start to probably take a peek in on him every 5 minutes or so. But he's looked really fresh and bright. So I think so far, you know, if you see that sort of energy from him, keep going. If he's still going forward, he starts to lag at all, look a little tired, a heavy leg, yank him. That's when the injuries happen.
Ball whipped in, Bonomo takes it off the hip.
That's when the injuries happen, is when you start to get heavy-legged and overexert yourself trying to stretch for a ball or do something. So I think if you're Simon, you just got to monitor it pretty closely. Have your training staff involved in that conversation.
Registration now open for Sac Republic FC summer camps beginning June 3rd. That is in 2 days. Experience fun, professional environment, top-notch soccer, and some of the best coaches in league. Here's Bajev, hurling ball. Just not enough spin on it, but they're earned the corner kick. Knocking at the door all night, Kevin.
Great first touch by Bajev right there. That's a tough ball to bring down. Does a great job. Still able to get a shot off. And almost really rewarded for that effort with a little bit of inflection. Look at this first touch, Rob. There's no chance you're defending that. Right to his left foot. What a wonderful touch. Decent defending, too, by Akon.
Akon's been all night in the right place. He's made it tough, along as Kai Green as well. Ball whipped, out swinger. McCrary. Run down. Hard to believe Sacramento has not been able to break through. San Antonio is looking to hang on at this point. But all it takes is one counter, as you talked about earlier, in San Antonio. Could net the game's first goals. Cameron Owasso in the 35th minute did find the back of the net from Stefano Bonomo, but after a conference between Lavik Dutt and Lucas Spalla, the referee, they decided to call it off. And so here we stand scoreless, 65 minutes gone by. Who returned to San Antonio in the offseason, Billy Forbes. Looks like he's about to check in for San Antonio, add something else to that attack that has been a bit dismal here this evening. He will replace Bradford Jamison here in the 66th minute. Forbes, 28-year-old who played last season in Phoenix, but a player that this coaching staff is excited to have back. He's been a fan favorite in San Antonio, and a guy who's a hard worker and a great teammate, according to Darren Powell, the head coach for San Antonio FC. Now, in 2017, 10 goals, 9 assists, second team member in the USL Championship at the end of the year, and it was surprising to many that he would leave for a team with so many weapons in Phoenix, and didn't get much time. Well, here he is back where he probably belongs. And again, to remind off the bench tonight, a little bit thin for Sacramento. No Kevin Ullman and no Tyler Blackwood, both out with injuries. Mitchell Tainter not on the 18 due to rest. And so you have a couple of academy players. You have a Hayden Partain there, Drew Skundrich, Elliot Horde, but Mario Panagos, Eddie Bowerman, all in the 18. Here is Ray Sari. Bonomo, here's Iwasa. Can he get number 6 this time? Broken up by Khan again. Fans growing a bit frustrated.
Great job, Ray Sari again. Great step. And a good weighted pass over to Cam Owasso.
Cardone's made some pretty big saves tonight. Sacramento has had chances, not able to connect, and there's a foul way back here near the Republic bench as Bajet was holding Barnby. The league call with the play advantage. So each team making one substitution. Yarrow. With a good night. He's originally drafted by Chicago Fire. Now he lays this ball up into the corner, and Brian Gomez looking to give chase. But did not land with Chicago, and now the 22-year-old, after graduating from Bowling Green, signs a deal with San Antonio in his rookie season. He has played much like a veteran here this evening. Hard to believe he's just a rookie.
Really nice back there, kind of undersized as a center back as well.
Billy Forbes along that left side loves to play and cut in. Very good 1v1 player as well. Keep an eye on Matt Mahoney, going to have his work cut out for him. Jaime Villarreal, good job shielding the ball. Lays it forward. Khan breaking up 2 balls, and he will be whistled for the foul that time as Ray Sari goes down. And that was using Michael LaHood that time. And LaHood with an interesting story himself. Came to the United States as just a 5-year-old. Ended up taking a plane flight by himself. And had an uncle who was supposed to meet him in Europe and wasn't there. And somehow a flight attendant helped the youngster onto his journey to the United States, and Hood ended up going to Wake Forest, and now at 32 years of age has played in MLS, NASL, USL, played for Chivas, Philly, former first-round pick. Quite a story for Michael LaHood, who earns a yellow card in the game's third of the night. Comes up late. Matt Mahoney has arm up. Probably a good 3 seconds there. Trying to get Billy Forbes offside at him.
Great ball by Jack Barnby.
Real gonna go for goal. Saw Mitchell Tainer do that against Reno and thought maybe why not. Last win for San Antonio was against Tacoma, 3-0 victory at home. It's been quite a difficult stretch in that time. There's just 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses in the last 6, but Sacramento has not been that much better. Picking up just 4 points in their last 6 matches. But playing much better here tonight for Sacramento. If you're Simon Elliott, you've got to feel encouraged, but Kevin, at the end of the day, still scoreless.
Feel encouraged all you want, but points are points, and that's all that matters.
Gone stepping up. Tell you what, Jaime Villarreal, physical play. Now he's making a run toward goal. He wants the ball in front of him. Warner takes a step back, lobs it, looking for Bajev. But taking something quite special. And ball out of play. Republic tried to move quickly.
Oh, it's unlucky. It's Camelos on his toes.
So Stefano Bonomo's night is over, and Drew Skundrich is coming in.
Interesting tactic here. Stefano's been the most dynamic player out there today in the attacking third. It's unfortunate.
I think he's been the best player on the pitch tonight. And it's not even close. So Drew Skundrich scored the game's only goal for Republic. And a hard tackle by Barnby, and going down hard.
There's got to be a caution here.
And Luke Spalla has not gone to the pocket quite yet. As Barnby with a hard challenge from the side on Jordan McCrary. McCrary is slow to get up. Well, right at the knee. And Spalla chasing him down. Well, there will be no card.
Technique here. Sam Warner try to bounce this on the 6-yard box and have it bounce into that far post in the side netting. With some runs right across the face that freeze your goalkeeper, Matt Cardone.
Cardone's played well tonight. A couple of really big saves to keep this game knotted at 0. Back post looking for an opportunity. Maybe a bit too wide, and now on the break, here comes San Antonio. McCrary looking to track and get in front of Ever Guzman. Meanwhile, Brian Gomez running forward toward goal. Gets past Shannon. Gomez breaks it up. Good defensive play as Gomez had his sights on Josh Cohen at the back of the net. Bajev, and easy play for Cardone.
It's pretty decent. Ray Sari does a good job. Loses the ball or misjudges the bounce and still is able to track back 60-yard run. Well done.
Make sure to join us, Papa Murphy's Park, June 22nd. Tulsa Roughnecks, Pride Night, kickoff 8 o'clock. Tickets on sale now. Busi. Ball lofted, looking for Guzman. Guzman headed. Toronto, who came in as a trialist, ended up making the team, and he has played in every single match this year for Darren Powell. And you can see why. He goes about 100% each and every play. Skundrich making a run, looking for Iwasa. Bijev squeaking it in, trying to find Iwasa on the run there.
Second balls.
Sacramento has done well with that tonight. Can it pay off here finally? Here's a chance for Skundrich, just mistimed his jump. And here comes another substitution for San Antonio as they go to their bench. And we'll bring in Walter Restrepo, the 30-year-old Colombian. He'll replace Ever Guzman. Restrepo just making his 10th appearance on the year. Did score on Wednesday against Austin Bull in the U.S. Open Cup. But another well-traveled player for the San Antonio side. Got a couple of these late 20, early 30 players who have some experience, played in the NASL for Fort Lauderdale, was one of the best 11 just a few years ago. And was even with San Antonio with the Scorpions in the same league, and returns to Texas, this time with the USL side. Trying to make his mark here and get his team a potential steal away victory. And what an upset it would be, as Sacramento has thoroughly controlled this match, but is yet to get in the back of the net. Restrepo, Barnby, overlap Abusi. Abusi is going to go for Cohen's goal, makes a weird hop. Real, little quick touch from Skundrich, the Stanford connection. Here's a chance for it, it's gonna be an own goal. Well, it didn't happen like you thought it would after you've seen this match for 77 minutes. And a tough mistake for Joshua Yarrow as the cross comes in from Sam Warner, and it's 1-0. Republic fans will take it here in Sacramento.
I don't know what Josh Yarrow was complaining about. Like, what do you expect your goalkeeper to do? How about don't put the ball in your own target? That aside, the argument aside here, what a wonderful ball in from Sam Warner. That puts the Joshua Yarrow running back to his own goal. Drew Skundrich does a nice job to get it out wide, but a great job here by Sam Warner. Look at this ball, perfectly weighted, right across the face. Cam Iwasa making that run on the far post. And really not an uncommon sort of own goal in that situation. But it all comes from a wonderful pass, turning the shoulders of a Joshua Yarrow, facing his own goal, and Matt Cardone not probably communicating as well as he could have with the center back.
Obviously the decision wasn't right, but Cardone coming to meet Iwasa, was that the right move for Cardone typically in that situation?
If you communicate with your center back that you're going to be coming out, you know, at that point, then as a center back, you know, not to make an effort to come out and try to get a foot on it to clear the ball. So I mean, that's my only gripe if I'm San Antonio, is you want your goalkeeper to be a little bit more vocal. And you're always going to want Josh Yarrow to make an effort to make a play on it, unless you got some communication from your goalkeeper telling you to leave it. So I think that ball, if it does go through, Josh Yarrow doesn't touch it, I think Matt Cardone's in a good position to collect it. But that's the break Sacramento needed, man.
Well, can they hold on? It's been a big part of Skundrich colliding with Akon. And here comes a yellow card as Akon does not make a play for the ball, and so Drew Skundrich earning the foul there. And what a substitution. And you thought about what Stefano Bonomo has done tonight and putting you in a position to potentially score a goal. Some would question, well, why would you bring in Skundrich? Well, for Sam Miller, it appeared to be the good move as he played a perfectly quick touch ball, sent it out wide to Warner, and able to get the game's first goal in the 78th minute. Here again, Sacramento has taken 1-goal leads. 3 of the last 4 losses. And about 11 minutes or so to hold on here. Quick touch from McCrary. Here's Warner again. Warner is going to hook this one.
We've seen better from Sam Warner on his final touch in the past, but still, it's a smart little play. Him and V are all quick little touch. Go for it. Get yourself 20 yards out. Get on your left foot. Try to curl it to the far post.
Well, it's interesting for Warner. I mean, you really, since he got tackled fairly hard along the touchline there, it's been a little bit of a different player we've seen.
However, he did serve a great ball and an own goal.
Well, there you go. Either way, 1-0 Sacramento. And not done yet, Ray Sari. He's been spectacular as well in the midfield. Bajev cutting it back in, good move. And just in the right place with Joshua Yarrow.
It's got to be handled.
Hit him in the gut. I don't even think it hit him in the hand. Smile Generation corner kick for Sacramento. Villian Bajev returning to the starting lineup after more than a month of dealing with injuries. And the attack has been much more dynamic tonight. Middle of the pitch, and it was Hatsopoulos. He was up in the air. Goal kick for Matt Cardona. He's given up his 19th goal of the season. 5 times this year, he has given up 3 goals in a game. Yeah, they're going to go to the youngster, Ethan Bryant. Just an 18-year-old, and he was one of the first academy players to show some real promise. And then, of course, last year, ends up being that first player to be signed to the USL roster as an academy player, but does still have the college eligibility. Sacramento not quite done yet. Still plenty of time up in the air, and a foul on San Antonio. Ethan Bryant, just 17 years of age. He was part of the elite training program and just working his way back from injury. Made his first appearance. Here's Bajev. Made his first appearance on the year in the U.S. Open Cup. Now getting some time. Sam Warner, the beauty.
Keep going. Short memory. And all it takes is one. All's forgotten. You know, both goals come from this right side. Sam Warner, the inverted winger. You get him on that favorite left foot, takes a little deke into the left towards the center of the pitch, and just whips his left foot around the ball, puts it in the top corner with a wonderful, wonderful finish.
Who was that guy who was saying something? He hasn't been quite the player since the injury. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
That guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but what a wonderful piece of skill right there. And I love it after a couple efforts, you know, a couple services way over the crossbar. Get another look right here. Just, he's got Lahoud just dekes in and then just bangs it in the top shelf far post. Here's a great look right here. Top corner, go pick it out, son.
Sam Warner, number 3 on the year for the Stanford graduate in his second year of professional soccer, but really a rookie campaign for this young player as he did not get much time last year in Israel. And Villian Bajev's evening is over as Elliot Horde will come in. God, the center back coming up as San Antonio is down 2-0. Billy Forbes and Matt Mahoney, nicely done. That ball's going to be in the park. Elliot Horde, the 27-year-old Fresno native, good friends of Billy and Bijev, keeping a room together at times. Ball crossed in, a little bit of trouble. San Antonio still in the mix. And the whistle blows the foul against San Antonio FC. Well, we told you to keep an eye on Sam Warner as our consolidated communications matchup. Ever Guzman not able really to get much run. He just necessarily played a bad game, just couldn't get anyone to find the ball in stride. And he's a player that relies on those crosses and making runs. Meanwhile, Sam Warner doing all the work himself tonight, sets up what ended up being an own goal on Joshua Yarrow. Miscommunication with Matt Cardone, and then an absolute stunner in that top corner. And McCrary. Ford. And a foul from Jack Barnby. That's going to be easy. And a setup here is Elliot Horde took a real big shove in the back. Elliot Horde typically have been in that right back position. McCrary is signed, and Horde's been moved up to the midfield, and typically as a sub, sometimes as a starter. How do you feel that he's transitioned into the midfield?
I think Elliot plays that position really well. He's able to get himself forward, serves balls in the box. He's not a guy that's going to go at you 1v1 with some, step overs and nice little dekes and moves, but he's going to be efficient, get up that right flank. You know exactly what you can get out of him day in and day out, which I love about him. And just consistent.
And off the head of Warner. USL unveiled its elite youth platform. USL Academy allows all levels across USL develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the U.S. USL Academy Cup included in that. If you want more information, all you have to do is go to uslsoccer.com/academy. As the growth of this sport at the younger levels and the appropriate training continues. I know something that you've wanted to see for quite some time, and just the growth of the academy programs compared to when you were playing. We've seen the size grow. Has the quality increased with that?
Yeah, I think the quality's increased. I still think that we've talked about this, the wild, wild west, where everyone's trying to stake their claims on players and kids and everything. But I think at the end of the day, all that, rising tide lifts all ships sort of mentality, where people are coming in and investing money and opening the game up to every socioeconomic class, which I think has been an issue for the last 20, 30 years. So all those things, I think, we're not going to see the fruits of that labor for years, but I think the platform, the framework is being set up as we speak, but it's the right framework and the right setup to have these academies where, everyone's being invited to that game. Doesn't matter.
Nice move from Skundrich. Horde looking to get to the corner, keeps it low. It was for Iwasa. Skundrich not able to get there. Well, you look at the academies. Sacramento started one. San Antonio has one as well, and Sacramento's partly was to make a case for MLS. San Antonio not in the mix for MLS, but yet still has an academy. And I think that's what the difference is. It's not just MLS clubs.
Agreed. And at the end of the day,
there's a ball crossed in by Billy Ford, never giving up on it. Neither has San Antonio. Still time. Restrepo. Good defending. Lobs it back in. Back post. Here's a chance. Josh Cohen goes down to his left. As a scary moment for Sacramento is just almost giving up on the play.
It's like Hansopoulos has just had the light switch turned out. Silly giveaway, and then again right there, looks like he might have been able to connect or make a play on Pirano. Elects not to.
Pirano has given a couple of fits. Sacramento's 2 goals, the first coming in an own goal in the 78th against Yarrow, as cross was sent in by Sam Warner, and then Warner goes up and 83rd minute scores a beauty in the far post corner, and that's where we are, 2-0. Get updates and alerts, ESPN.com. All you have to do is search for your favorite team. And hit the follow button. Look at Skundrich still battling.
Had a great run there by Kamawasa. It would take it just that little bit of a flick from Skundrich, and Kamawasa's in 1v1.
Forbes. Tell you what, Forbes has done some damage along that left side.
He's definitely come in and brought a spark.
I think where Bradford Jamison was not able to do so. Number 77 has made life a little bit more difficult for Jordan McCrary. Nearing the 90th minute here in Sacramento. Republic with a 2-goal lead. Smile Generation corner kick here. The wind continuing to blow toward Josh Cohen's net. LaHood with a streaking ball into the back of the net, and now it's 2-1. Sacramento has just seen their lead cut in half.
It's a bit lazy, in my opinion, from Sacramento. I've had a couple little lackadaisical moments where they're tuned out. Hansapolis a few minutes ago, and then there's got to be someone on top of the box that's tracking that exact situation with somebody just standing on top of the box, taking a touch and having a strike. Someone from Sacramento's got to be out there. And somebody's going to be having a talking to, because that's somebody's responsibility.
Former first-round pick, a player who knows how to find his spots and just an angled ball perfectly placed.
That goes through a lot of traffic. Side netting. What a wonderful strike there by LaHood, by the way. That's fun to watch.
First goal of the season for Michael LaHood. And 4 minutes of stoppage time has been added, and Skundrich was on the ground first, not understanding that it looked like Lucas Spalla looked up after and just saw really Congo down after, but he was the one who ran into Skundrich.
It's a good tackle. Down first, gets the ball.
The stoppage time is brought to you by Rayleigh's. Sign up today for their extra rewards program at Rayleigh's.com. Yeah, just Skundrich, a good tackle. He was on the ball first.
And you've got, look at this, and there's some extracurriculars going on over here between Jordan McCreary and Walter Restrepo. It's probably the last 2 or 3 minutes we've seen these guys off the ball, kind of pushing and shoving, jostling.
Restrepo continuing to jar at McCreary. And here's Jack Barnby, strong left foot. He is our specialist in these situations in set ball. Headed away, collision. Ray Sari coming in. San Antonio scored their first goal just a few moments ago, and they're not done quite yet. Into the middle. Well done by Elliot Horde. Keeping it in play here is Jaime Villarreal. Keep possession.
Yes, hold the ball. There's no reason to play that.
Nervous moments here for Republic fans. Felt like they had this one. Mahoney has done well coming in as a substitute for Declan Kanan, who out with an injury in the 50th minute. And McCrary's going to try to eat this clock. About a minute left here in this match. Going to be Republic ball. Our Bridge Battalion going to will this club to a victory in the final moments. McCrary. Michael LaHood with a screamer in the 90+ minutes to make this an exciting match in the final minutes here at Papa Murphy's Park. Gomez moving forward. Hansapolis. McCann. Skundrich being pulled up.
There you go.
As Simon Elliott wanted pressure.
Simon jumping around the sideline over here. Nervy last few seconds here.
Well, if it holds like this, the streak will continue. No team in this battle over the last 4 years has won by more than a goal.
There's been some fun ones too. I mean, goalkeeper Restrepo standing on his head a few times.
That match, it was in June of last year. That was in San Antonio, an unbelievable match. Sacramento just could not break through. Villarreal.
Kill the game. Go down there and kill the game now.
And Orlean Horde is working his way into that corner. Well done from the UC Davis grip.
Not bad. Get back, get your shoulders right.
Well, we're about a minute past the 4 minutes here. So at any moment here, this whistle's about to blow, and there it is. So Sacramento escapes after dominating for most of the match. It took an own goal and then a beauty by Sam Warner. And the Republic have finally broken what has been a tough stretch, and now Jordan McCrary and others getting into it as the game got a bit chippy toward the end.
It's Restrepo again. Restrepo and McCrary.
But our Papa Murphy's man of the match, getting high fives from the crowd tonight, Sam Warner sent the cross in. It was off of Yarrow, and then he scored the absolute beauty toward the end. Sam Warner, our man of the match, to begin this one. He's ending it as well.
I agree. He came out, he did a lot of things. There was some cautions afterwards.
And some other players like McCrary are getting yellow cards after the match here, which is never a good sign.
Let's get a look. Let's focus on the good here. It's a great job there by Sam Warner. Great game.
Great game. Sacramento wins this one 2-1. Full highlights and much, much more coming up after the break.